All right, you guys, welcome to Impact Academy after party for the convention. So basically, I think, Leslie, were you online? Is that where you were watching? Yeah, so love to hear takeaways from convention. And then Leslie, love to hear takeaways from the online version of it. It was definitely a powerful, conference. It was really talking about building dreams, and that's what I got, was a lot of vision casting, which I think is one of the things that I really need to work on more of. So I will share a little bit later. Who would like to share something that whatever their takeaways were from convention? Okay. All right. Great.
I realized on Saturday, when it was July 23rd, that 1 year from now, the full-time work that I'm doing, the project will end because the funding will end. So I realized that, and then somebody was talking about the layering of goals and the layering of visions. And we've been very blessed in that we achieved some early goals that we had just in doing things in the house and around the house and so forth. So it's caused me to create another layer of goal, July 23rd, 2023, and to really kick myself in the butt to get this business moving forward by taking action so that come July 23rd, when I am done with my nursing job, I can be done. And taking action. And that's what we're writing on napkins about in the airport.
Perfect. I know that Monica had shared, and Don had also shared that thing that Dan Valentine, I just ordered ink so I can actually print it off because I'm short one ink. And so if I'm short one color, I can't print in any color. So, but that's really talking about writing that stuff out, and the napkin dreaming helps, and then getting the goals all written down on all of the different exercises on there, and reverse engineering everything, and the amount of conversations and doing the daily action. But yes, writing your stuff down and definitely does help a lot. Well, for me, and one of the things I heard from Garrett this weekend, because they've installed cameras now inside our cars. So I can tell you what's going to happen with Garrett's business. He's not going to be able to talk on the phone and do Zoom calls and stuff while he's driving. And he said, I think this might take me out. This might just I'm going to be done with UPS. So, you guys, things are going to happen in the world that are going to cause you to wish that you would have started really dreaming like last year. So I hope you guys really start with your visioning and everything. Who would like to share next? Dawn, of course. Please share away, Dawn.
Me, Dawn? Me, Dawn? Sure, why not? Well, I had a last minute change of plans, as you all know. I was planning on going, and I ended up virtual. So my biggest takeaway for the weekend, I did watch too, by the way. But I did love the napkin dreaming and the structural tension, how you're reverse engineering everything. Everything was great. My biggest takeaway from it all is no matter what, you got to be there. I mean, my favorite part of the weekend was watching you all, like the connections that you guys all had going. Like I watched you all weekend long. It was almost like I was there, but I wasn't in any of the pictures. So it was pretty cool to watch you all, connecting and just, when you miss that part of convention, I really think that's what convention's all about. Just getting together, and it's your community. This is our community. And watching it from home, yeah, I was all pumped up and yeah. But I wasn't doing it with anyone. My husband left after the first half hour. So, that's my biggest takeaway, honestly.
We
I'll
miss,
follow up with that. You were greatly missed. And I think when I was thinking about the takeaways, my biggest takeaway was similar in that just being in the space with people encouraging you. And one of them was just like practicing what we do, like sitting in an Uber, seeing healthy snacks in the front seat and actually asking and talking and being with the support so that my mentors could pop in, and when I'm scared and don't know what to say, could pop in and say something, and I could follow the lead, and having that okay, you take this one, and that encouragement, so that when I got to the airport, I had that practice in. And I think for me, having moved across country away from, I started my journey with that support and the breakfast and going to all the things. And then leaving that during the pandemic, leaving that all behind, I haven't had the ability that I haven't had that practice time, in-person practice time. So, and then also in that same vein, just getting again to be with all of you and building those relationships, and the conversations in the hallway, and just the sitting down at the restaurant and seeing somebody that you've wanted to ask a question to. So yes, there was a ton of great content that came across the screen. I think it's all stuff that if you've been here a while, you've heard before, and it's always good to hear again. And it's nice to see the visuals and the pretty pictures and to be inspired by the cool outfits and everything. But I think when it comes down to it, it's seeing that with the people. So I encourage you all to be there. And if you can't, I think getting together in a group to do that as well. But for me, it was very much the community.
Great share.
go ahead, Joan. Thanks. Nick.
Well, for me personally, Mike is sick, by the way, so he's in bed. Like Peggy said about the layering your why, I think is really, really important. And especially with even your clients and your coaches, to revisit that often. Because I can tell you that we are very guilty that once we reached our why, we kind of took our foot off the gas, and you kind of get a little bit comfortable, and then you have to try and come up with another why. So if you already have it layered, then you just kind of move it up. The other thing that I really took away that we're going to try and do is not answering for our clients or our coaches. We tend to assume stuff no, they're not going to be interested. They've already tried program, blah, 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 whatever. What's the worst that's going to happen? They're going to say no. So who cares? Move on. I loved the analogy about the popcorn, because a lot of times when you don't see anything happening, you question yourself, am I doing it right? Whatever. But I loved the Jiffy Pop popcorn, not all the kernels pop at the same time, they heat up, and just because you don't see anything doesn't mean there's nothing happening. So I really liked that analogy. I have a whole bunch more. I typed my notes up. That's what I just printed, but I thought it was great. I will tell you that, and I said this to a couple people, as we're getting bigger, I really missed seeing a lot of people that I consider our family. But I think, having the family that we did have there and that we did get to see was great. Yes, Dawn, we missed you a lot. I wish you could have made it, but of course, we understand. And it's great, pouring into each other and, just getting each other's feedback and, all that. It's wonderful.
Awesome. Dana, do you want to share? You're muted. I think.
Monica, do you want to share first? You can
I
go
saw
ahead.
you pop. I'm sorry, hon. Well, first off, I want to say I am sick as well. So my heart goes out to for Mike for being sick. My roommate came down sick, and so on the way home, I was super, super sick, and I had to be here at work. And I'm taking the time to be here with you guys, even though I don't feel good. But I do want to share a few tips that I personally wanted to kind of share what I took away. So first, I want to say thank you to the Impact Academy for taking me under their wing. A lot of my coaching staff couldn't be there. And so I came by myself. And so you guys did a great job of helping, support me while I was down there. And it was enjoyment to get to spend a lot of time with some of you guys that I don't personally have never met, just seeing you on Impact Academy. So thank you guys for being so generous to do that. And I also wanted to share a little bit about what I personally took away from conference, and that was not being all about yourself, that it really needs to be you about the clients and about letting them know what is possible. I have to be honest, I have hidden for many, many months out of failure. And I'm sorry I get emotional about this, but after I was hit in a car accident, my health took a serious dip and I gained a lot of weight over this course of this year. And I didn't want to be on camera. I didn't want to be, visual. But what I've realized is people are hurting just like I was hurting. And there's a lot of people that need to see us coaches that we struggle. It's not, it's about being open and sharing the hard times, even in the good times. And I haven't done Facebook Lives, and I've realized the importance of even during my own personal struggles to get out there, because there's a lot of people that are really, really, truly hurting right now, and they're really struggling within themselves to be able to move to the other side. It doesn't mean that they're not going to do it eventually, but right now, a lot of people are watching us as coaches. And I used to be in direct sales, and Melody had asked me to talk a little bit about myself personally being in direct sales with another company. And it's kind of ironic that I never saw myself doing this because I said I'd never, ever get into direct sales again. And I mean, it was I will never do this again. And, a lot of people say, well, what was different about you deciding to do this? And the first, I actually signed up the same day I decided to be a client. However, my coach and I did explore calls, not an explore, but for the program in the first month. And I didn't get anybody to decide to go in. So I was kind of losing ground about that. And I decided to take a month off of just not doing anything and focusing on my own health. But it was in the second month that I was making such a transformation when I came on program that so many people were starting to ask. And I could have been, I could have said, no, I'm not going to do this for my selfish reasons. But I chose to be open-minded about at least exploring what it could do for others. Well, over this course of the last 3 years, it's transformed a lot of lives based on the decision that I made. So what I have explained to a lot of people, that they have this envision of, oh,
they're one, we're in direct sales and, oh, it's the, the pyramid schemes and different things like that. But what people do is when they come on as a client and they see the community and how we support them, that all goes away because people realize how we are all just a family helping support one another. And so I think some of those barriers begin to break down for people that see us in a different way. We're not the typical direct selling company where we have to meet quotas, we have to do, certain things. We have to buy the product, ship the products or whatever. Like there's so much taken off of our shoulders with what Optavia does that makes it so much easier for us. So I say when people say, oh, that's a pyramid scheme or whatever, you just have to say, our company is so much different than what you typically see. And you have to experience it. And so there's been a lot of people that I personally have invited onto our calls. And after just visiting on the calls, have chosen to sign up as a client because that was the component that they were missing. Now I have clients that are now considering moving on to consider being a coach. That just dripping how this has affected my life and how it's moved my life in a whole different direction that I never saw was possible. What is possible for their own lives and what it can do for them. So basically, one of the big things this weekend that I also took away is don't just prejudge. You need to share it with everybody because you don't know that person that may really need this that, we wouldn't have ever thought. And I've taken a lot from other coaches, just being bold about sharing our mission out loud. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share.
Amazing. Bob, Becky.
I will share.
Yay.
So I think well, there's so many that really spoke to me. Daniel Giles in particular about integrating clients. I thought what he said was like amazing. And my coaches that were there, especially one that's been coaching for a while, that he really resonated with. She really resonated with what he said. And so many things like, you can't be sure that clients know everything. And we can't assume that they know everything. So we kind of, have to be patient with them and kind of walk alongside them and be patient, introduce everyone to coaching. So I've been really bold since I was coming home and really just so many people, little things. I'll send them a message, about exploring coaching, even clients that I did check-ins with today, sharing how impactful the weekend was and how they really should take a look at what we do. And a couple of them were, pretty open to learning more. So I think that was great. Tracy Scarce was amazing. And I really resonated with her when she said that she didn't qualify for one of the boxes. And that really resonated with me because I haven't been a national this year. I was last year, but not this year. So I don't qualify to attend the event in Oregon. And so that was kind of a hard one for me, but, really got what she said about all those things. And she really spoke to me. So many good things. I mean, the whole weekend was amazing and everybody that spoke. Dan Valentine was awesome. I mean, I can't wait to go back and watch the whole thing again.
Yes, totally. Bob, takeaways? You take yourself off mute. No. Can you not take yourself off mute or you don't? Oh, there we go. Okay.
There we go. There we go. Let me see. I just wanted to say that I took away, that it's not about me, and consistency. Just making sure that you touch your business every day, and it meant a lot to me, and that convention changed things. So I don't know if I took myself on or off again, but go.
Well, thank you for that. I think that was like tied up with a bow. So
Yep,
thank you.
thank you.
All right. Well, I'll share. What I got from this weekend was definitely about leadership. So Joan, I really resonate with you in talking about getting to a certain comfort level. And because you're comfortable, you kind of just manage that. And so this time at this particular event, because of what's happened for me, being, plastered in the convention and being on the website and stuff, this time everyone was coming up to me and thanking me. Thank you for being such an inspiration. Thank you for putting yourself out there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I don't know them. I've never talked to them. And so just by sharing, they're inspired. And I have to tell you that them being lit up is what then inspired me or got me excited. And so I really got to live in what does it feel like and what does it look like when somebody gets to meet you finally, like say a coaching partner like Peggy, getting to meet you for the first time, really being in your presence. I fell in love with you. I talked about you all weekend because I'm like, dude, this is her energy. Jennifer Segarini, same thing. So when you finally get to like meet the person and stuff, you just don't realize the type of impact that you have on them. So then it really just showed it is not about me. And if I gained 8 pounds or if I'm a great coach or what, like, can I just congratulate you? Can I just keep you moving forward? Can I just find the right words when you need it, when we talk? Because that's what coaching is, and that's what they're looking for, and that's what's going to get them to the next level. And I believe I can. So what I took from this is like, no more being super proud of myself for the things that I did. It's about sharing them. So like, I'm just going to tell you guys, the convention takeaway sheet, not only did I do it, but I scheduled myself 4 appointments with mentors to go through it so that I could share my takeaways with 4 distinguished mentors and get feedback from them. So I did that with Becky because she's my direct. I did this with Jamil because he's my direct. I did this with Nick Lavalley because I admire his business. And I'm going to ask a woman that we met in the hallways, Dina, what's her name? The dancer.
Jolene, something that starts with a D.
Jolene, I had the honor of really spending quality time with Jolene Deering. And so then sending my convention thing to her, I'm going to ask her, like somebody on this call said, what's the worst she can say? No, I don't have time. Cool. But you know what? She's super sweet. I have a feeling like the way she says no would just like land off, like it wouldn't even matter. But I do want to continue the relationship with Jolene Deering because she's freaking an angel walking the earth. Okay. And so I'm not just telling you that that's what I'm doing. I want to encourage you to do the same. Get that convention form, print it out, send it to 4 people, your direct mentor, maybe 2 or 3 people you admire. Get that done by Sunday. Okay. Like I'm leading you in like sharing, like, what are all the other teams doing? They're filling out this form. They're making sure it gets done. You guys make sure it gets done. Lives. Somebody, Dana, was talking about bringing on coaching partners and like dispelling the myths about network marketing in our culture. I just did a live today. I would encourage you all to watch it because I put several points in there about things people say, what you've heard, and I did several ways about dispelling network marketing as a scam, as a pyramid scheme, as a whatever. I would love for you to watch it and take one point and do a live yourself. If we're going to create impact and we are going to bring on coaching partners, then we need to start doing that now. Okay. And talking about this new work life, like Melody said, if they don't get in network marketing into the virtual work life now, in a year from now, when this recession hits the fan, because it will, they're going to find themselves SOL because they can't buy groceries, because they can't afford gas, because everything has gone in upheaval. So we're here to help them. So start doing lives so people know your passion, can hear your heart, and can talk to you. Okay. I already did the live. Like I said, go watch it. I am encouraging you and challenging you to do one yourself by Sunday. Some of you haven't done them. Get out of your comfort zone. It's time. We're creating impact. I would love to offer $10 wellness credits to the people that get these assignments done by Sunday at 9 p.m. Okay, so that's on me, trying to create excitement, impact. I'm telling you what to do. All right. Form 4 people, get some mentorship and support on that. Live, do yours, watch mine, take a point, get it out there, and like start getting into action now. Dina and I did a tip call this afternoon. She crushed it. Our goals, I set an agenda before we got started. I said, do it in 15 minutes. She did it in 14. I said, I need these seeds planted. She killed it. Here's the other thing, going back to Joan and popcorn. I got Dina on a call with my client. Come to find out, my client was super excited to talk to Dina. You know why? She's been following her forever. None of us knew that. Dina didn't even know that. So when you think you're putting stuff out there and nobody's paying attention, Dina had a follower that was like, oh my God, you're that girl that puts all that stuff out. I was so excited to talk to you. So when we plant a coaching seed, Sarah, come into our community, you get to work with Dina. That's freaking exciting for her, right? So it's not your first fan, it's just the first fan that's come to light. I'm sure you have many. And Dina's been doing a lot of work in the back end in groups, in mom groups, and going out there and making friends. So you guys, in your social scenarios, your groups, your dog groups, your communities, your kids things, Dana teaching, like in your social outlets, there's people. Take them to your digital outlets and brand yourself really well right now. Be super ass bold. Convention is going to sell out again next year. You saw that this done. The stands were packed. There's no room in there. So when they put the tickets out, you guys, we got to buy our seats because it's going to be the same. We're going to have huge virtual parties is what I suspect, because the in live, it's already at capacity. So who's going to go with you? Because I don't know if you guys saw when they said who started coaching in 2020 and 2021. It was 80% of the hands. So in the middle of the pandemic, these people came on. So they want this new work life. They want to get in your pyramid scheme. They just need you to talk about it in a way that they can feel comfortable talking about it too. So those were my takeaways. Leadership. Let's do this.
Okay, we got Jennifer, we got Leslie. I don't know if Danita or Vera was at convention or not, but love to hear your takeaways. Okay, Jennifer? You're muted or I can't hear you. Turn your volume up.
Now? Okay. I definitely was just inspired and on fire now just for really pushing, I want to say pushing, encouraging coaching. I reached out today to some people and I'm not even offering program. I'm just like, you know what? I dig your vibe. I dig who the person you are. Do you want to help people and make an impact? Do you want to make some money? And just kind of like going out there straightforward like that, and not being afraid to just make those quick connections with people and offer them, because you never know. And I think now it's like I need to create that environment, like everyone's saying, it's those five people you surround yourself with. Like I had the amazing opportunity to hang out with Monica, Dina, and Barbie and Melanie, and just really get to know you guys. And Dina, Dana, I want to interview you so much. Like I want your story. Like I need to get that out there and people need to hear it, because everyone we've met, like even Joan and all you guys are amazing people. And I know we get on here weekly and we don't even like get to really like converse and get to like talk to each other's stories, but you guys are amazing people. And I just love that we're all together in this. And I love the opportunity to hang out with you guys, but I'm like, okay, we need to level up. We need to get going. And it is an awesome, great gift that we have here with Optavia. And why are we afraid? Sorry, excuse me, to push ourselves out there and offer this to somebody else. It shouldn't be that scary, and so what people think if we're a MLM, we know that this is not just a diet program, and we're not trying to scam people. We're trying to bring people to their personal excellence. And who's ready for the ride? Let's go. Like I'm excited, and I'm trying not to be so fearful of things, but my heart was touched this past weekend. I'm still awestruck. I was walking this morning doing my check-in, and I had to stop like mid things and kind of just cry a little bit, just because I was just awestruck by the amazingness and the fact that like I get to know you people, and that we're together. And it broke me down this morning. I was like, wow, I would have imagined that I would be with such strong-willed people. And it was just because of this program, is because I was open to say yes and step out of fear. So I'm like, I want to encourage anybody to do that. But that was mostly my takeaway from this past weekend, just how amazing this group is. Like, I know we just say like, oh yeah, it's really great, but it truly is. So anyways, those are my takeaways.
Awesome.
All right, ready for you, Leslie?
Hey everyone. So it was really cool doing convention virtual and doing the watch party with the rest of the gang. My biggest takeaways were mostly like the people that shared and the number of people. And it just kind of reminded me about how like my dreams really are possible, because I think every once in a while I kind of forget. And so seeing everybody and seeing their success really helped encourage me, and then helped me reflect on like, am I really doing the actions? Like, am I really doing what I need to do? Am I really sharing? Like, I'm saying I'm sharing, but am I really? So it really had me reflect, and I'm like, okay, I need to go back to the basics. And instead of 3x3x3, we're increasing it, like Mel's thing is freaking awesome. Every time I do that little like 3x30-minute checklist, and I'm like, shoot, I hit like 15 friends and I got like 15 new engagements, and I requested, 20 friends, and I worked my post. So all of that really helps me know that like doing the steps works. And there was one of the speakers said you have to participate in your existing team before you can go and start creating more bigger teams. And it really like was an eye-opener for me, because I'll have my team, but then I think I could support them better. Or I have this group, which is like, excuse my language, amazing, right? And like, this is probably the first time you maybe have seen my face in a long time. So just like participating in the groups that you already have, because they really are important. And just filling in the lines. Who are the people that I could help? I've been really wanting to do like a bi-weekly get together. And so I'm going to be doing like a once a month healthy happy hour, and then once a month like activity where I invite people to go out. So all of you guys are more than welcome, if you're in the Southern California area, to come out, to invite any of your friends or whoever you'd like, because I think community is key. Yeah, and just be the kind of person that you're looking for, right? So you want hardworking people, you have to be hardworking, or you want caring people, you have to be caring. So thanks for giving me this time. And even though I didn't know everybody at the party, it was almost like I did know everybody at the party. And that's why I love this community. So thank you.
Veronica, do you want to share?
Yeah, I'll share. Hi, guys. Well, yeah, I wanted to share. I was feeling at first like a little discouraged because I didn't make it personally this time. But you know what? I made the most of it, and I partnered. I'm so grateful for our community and just made it with the best that we got here, you know, by doing it virtual, partnered up with Sherry Martinson, invited Leslie, invited a couple of, you know, clients or people that I'm reaching out to. And we made the most of it, you know, and which was a really cool. I felt like, even though we weren't there personally, but I felt the vibe in the live stream, you know, maybe not the same, but as at least to engage. And the takeaways that I got was definitely owning your own yuck, you know. I love that. That was awesome. There's a lot of everything, you know, just being organized. And I think Megan Valentine, I think for me, it's just being clear of what I want and to get focused, you know. And I think there's so many takeaways that I wrote notes. I'm still planning to go back and reflect. And I'm excited. I feel like, you know, even talking with Leslie and with Sherry and the other coaches there, we did our own school by the pool where we just hung out and really shared our hearts and where we want to learn and where we want to grow. And just even being a part of you guys. I mean, Melody and Monica, I was so excited, you know, like that you were, you know, featured in convention and just things like that. And just being grateful and realizing what awesome community we have, that I have to share this with other people. It's the time for me to get bold and just share my heart with people. And it's like what Enoch and, you know, and Don pronounced, like, who's next? Share, care, who cares what's up, what, whoever, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, and keep going, you know, that just look for the people that are looking for me. And through that, I've learned doing the virtual, hosting the virtual, a lot of people like from Jump or other people are noticing, or the people that I'm getting to know and building friendships with are curious and are asking questions. So I was like, okay, now I get bold with them and share. So those are some of, you know, some of the takeaways, all the, everything, you know, structure, that's huge for me too, you know, learning with that. And, you know, I'm just very grateful to be with you guys, and I'm going to participate more and just get out of my shell and, you know, and just get focused and just do the hard work, you know, and not be, no longer fear that nothing should hold me back no more. So that's what I wanted to share. Thank you.
Thanks. Now, the one thing I wanted to share is I just want to say, I want to thank all of you guys for showing up on all parts of this whole trip. Dawn, I'm so sorry you weren't there, but thank you for taking the reins and arranging the axe throwing. It was so much fun. And I want to thank Joan and Mike for holding down all the seats. They were like the most amazing. They were there early and we had great seats. And that was really amazing. And then Monica, like, she went and she invited us to this bar on the roof, which was really, really nice. If you really want, like, Monica finds the classiest places to go. And, you know, she has her story about, she went to the same place the night before and she got to meet everybody. And then, you know, it's just, we come together, you know, we all have our roles, we all do things, and it was really cool. Like I went and reserved a table over at the park bar, and not as many people came. We had a whole bunch of seats and we had 2 seats left. So I went out into the lobby, the people that were waiting, I'm like, who's got 2? Who's got 2? And we invited some strangers to our table. And it's just, you know, we got to show up as leaders, and we all did amazing things. And Jennifer was, you know, amazing, sharing her story. I introduced her to so many people, and you know, she got to share that she was half the woman that she used to be, which is a really cool thing. And meeting Bob and everything was really fun. And Dina, and like, we just had such a good time. And, you know, and Scott and Peggy were, of course, like, they were always just lighting everything up. So, and Dana too, I got to spend some quality time with Dana. And, you know, I didn't even know that Dana was like really good in direct sales in another company before. I had no idea about that at all. So that's why I wanted her to share like a little bit, like, don't be, I said, how do you approach people? Because, you know, people, if they're in another company, they get very much like guarded about their company that they're at. And she said, but they're not making any money. So just realize that most of them, they are not able to make the money that we are here. And if they're getting into a direct sales of anything, it's because they're not looking to spend, you know, 40 hours or 20 hours a week to make, you know, $200. They're looking to make something that doesn't take a lot of time, that they can bring in $500 for, you know, like a couple hours, you know, a week. Really? I mean, really think about it. That's not that much time. And the other thing is, one of the things I like to share, and this might help you guys, but, you know, studies show that in order to have the same life that we had last year at this time, we need an additional $500 to $600 a month. And people, they don't want to downsize their life. So this is a gift that you want to share, and like they need to get started now so that they can actually increase that. And don't forget about that incentive that we have for new coaches, that they have that opportunity to earn that $250 each month for 3 months if they sign up in July or August. So that's, you know, if they sign up 15 people, 5 this month, 5 the next month, and 5 the next month, they have an opportunity to earn almost $4,000. And most people don't even earn that. Like, what is the studies, Monica? How much does the average network marketer earn per year? It's like $500 or something crazy. Or you're muted. You're muted.
$500, and you have to do a lot of work to do that. And then even the median income in America is like $24,000 to $36,000 a year, which an executive director makes that much in about 15 hours a week. Like, if that's max, if you're like a busy executive director. So yeah, pretty.
So they need what we have, because, so just listen to where their gaps are, you guys. That's the thing. Ask lots of questions. Everybody, you know, I like I said, I ordered my ink. Everybody get that paper thing filled out, because when you write things down, they do come true. Because I did not think when I started this company that I was going to be able to, I didn't believe when they asked me like what I thought would be cool. I didn't think I would actually be able to bring my husband home. I didn't think I would be able to remodel my house. I hadn't been able to do it in 17 years. So what makes me think that all of a sudden this is magic? I didn't think that I was going to have that 5th wheel. I didn't think that I was going to have that Polaris RZR. I didn't think I was going to have that new truck. And I didn't think that I was going to be able to have options to be able to leave UPS. And I do. And that's what people are looking for. You know, like they said on the call, there's a lot of that lady, she resigned because she didn't want to get the vaccination. People need to be able to make a choice if they want to do something, not have to do something to keep food on the table. So just kind of think about that. That's kind of like all I have. Does anybody else? I think we hit everybody. I don't think, Danita, were you at the conference virtually? I don't know if she was. I don't-
No, she wasn't able to come to our virtual party,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Well, I know that they do have the replay. I think that the replay is available till August 31st. So go through it. I didn't take a lot of notes because I wanted to be in the moment, and I knew I would have the replay, and I have lots of time in the morning, so I will listen to it then. So thank you guys. Did you want to add anything else, Monica? Are we good? Dawn, anybody?
Put in the Impact Academy, the overview of the doing a live, getting your convention takeaways to somebody and talking about that by the end of the week. And going from there. Mel, there was a graphic that you put in Discovering Health where you were welcoming somebody and it looks like you put their name there.
Mhm.
Are you able to share that graphic? Can you put
Yeah.
that in Academy so we all have that?
Yeah. I grabbed it. I didn't have her picture, so I had to create something. So I'll drop it in.
Good. They did talk a lot about standardizing things so that it doesn't take so much time. And I believe like sometimes when you're trying to welcome a new client, but go scrolling for a picture can take 5 minutes too long. Like it would be nice to put that. It's cool. So if you could share that, that'd be great.
Okay, I will. I'll put it in there. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for being on, and we will see you later. Bye.